From the east, house of light, may wisdom dawn in us, so we may see all things in clarity. From the north, house of night, may wisdom ripen in us, so we may see all from within. From the west, house of transformation, may wisdom be transformed into right action, so we may do what must be done. From the south, house of the eternal sun, may right action reap the harvest, so we may enjoy the fruits of planetary being. From above, house of heaven, where star people and ancestors gather, may their blessings come to us now. From below, house of earth, may the heartbeat of her crystal core bless us with harmonies to end all war. From the center, galactic source, which is everywhere at once, may everything be known as the light of mutual love. Ayum, Hunabku, Eva Maya, E Maho. Ayum, Hunabku, Eva Maya, E Maho. Ayum, Hunabku, Eva Maya, E Maho.
And so it is. We give honor and praise to our ancestors, our wonderful angels, messengers who still are with us, helping us in these very challenging times. And so it is. Our unity will end the wars, not our division, our unity. So, welcome everybody to Sunday, December 21st, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 6 in the numerology circles of energy. So we've got a very, very exciting show for you tonight. I have a special guest coming on, Earth Feathur PTAH, who's been in Virginia and North Carolina, I believe, doing some amazing work on the land up there. So she's going to tell us all about that. But I've got a special video to show you because someone asked me a question today. What is winter solstice? I'm going to let you know in just a minute as we welcome our village. House is ready. It's been renovated, blessed. I smudged the house today. I smudged my house yesterday because I found this beautiful dream catcher. If you don't know what a dream catcher is, I'll show you later. I found a dream catcher at an estate sale. The man had died, and so they opened the house up to sell a lot of good things. And I found this beautiful dream catcher. And I laid in bed wondering, okay, what kind of energies are around that dream catcher? Well, who was in the house? Blah, blah, blah. So I got my sage out and smoked the whole house. And now I'm at peace. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me this evening. I started out this evening at 4 at a yoga center where we started out with the winter solstice blessings, energy, and we laid down on mats for a gong bath. If you've never had a gong bath, it is the most amazing experience. People laying on mats, and there were actually, let's see, 1, 2, 3. There were 6 gongs being played at once. Woo! The wonderful, peaceful, loving energy was to fill the room, and then the food. So I had a great time today with old friends and new friends. So now I'm glad to be here with you to share with you a very special event. Now, before I bring on my guests, I found this beautiful, beautiful video about the winter solstice. For those of you who asked me earlier, I said, I got to find a video for this person who's like, what's the winter solstice? Okay, here it is. It's beautiful, beautiful. Gets into why we need to connect with nature instead of Christmas trees, maybe. Okay, so here it is. I just love this video because my friend Kwame Sunhorse is always talking about Turtle Island this. And this video actually shows you why that turtle is so important. So take note, it's only about 6 minutes. And I think you're going to get a lot out of it. So hang in there, enjoy this short teaching on why we're here celebrating, ushering in, welcoming this winter energy of solstice.
Hi, my name is Jolie Bigil Kakwedoe. My spirit name is Amba Zidkana Hoashte, which means morning bird with good voice. And I want to share some stories that were shared to me. It begins with the story that was shared to me by Henry Skywater, one of my elders. And I remember visiting him and listening while him and my mother and some of the older adults in the house were talking about star knowledge and how we create our world down here to reflect the world up there, and that there were landmarks on Earth that were tied into what we saw in the stars. And so one of the things they talked about was three sisters in the mountains in Western Canada, and how there were three sisters in the stars. And also there were other stories that were shared by different elders and knowledge keepers in my community. And I remember snippets of them from various people, but it all came down to we come from the stars, and that our origin stories say that one of the original women fell from the sky and created all of this, created Earth, first with the animals, with the land, and then finally we were the last ones to come. So when I think about the winter solstice in this time of year that we call December, that others may call snow moon, frost moon, it's really important to acknowledge those star stories. And so for me, the winter solstice is not only the shortest day of the year, but it's also a time to reflect, to have ceremony. So for me, the number 13 is really important because it represents 13 moons within a year. That's how traditionally we would keep track of time. And in between the 13 moons, there are 28 days. And this is reflective in on the turtle's back. So there are 13 points within the turtle's back to represent those connections.
Can you believe that? I was so happy to see that because my granddaughter and I were walking last week. We all took a walk. She didn't really want to go for a walk, but we were walking through this area in Orlando that's like a small forest. And what came out of nowhere? A turtle. And she actually, my 11-year-old granddaughter actually got excited to see the turtle. And here we are, 13 patterns on Turtle Island we sit, and this little guy is here to teach us something about the calendar.
To the moons, each moon for identifying each part of the time of year, but also around that turtle's back are the 28 kind of separation points on the turtle. So that represents in between those moons. So and then it's also tied.
Okay, did you get that? 28 days, 28 spots on the turtle, 13 moon calendar. Winter solstice is wonderful to remind us who we are and what we should be aligning with, not shopping till we drop.
Into this land that we call North America is called Turtle Island. So we're connected through the turtle, through the moons, through the stars, and this month we celebrate that winter solstice. For me, it's important for us to gather because it's a time when it's cold outside. It's a time for meditation, reflection. It's a time for family, for extended family. It's a time for ceremonies, dances, feasts, and giveaways. So one of the ways that I like to celebrate it is I've been helping to coordinate a community gathering where we bring together 13 women, 13 Chanupa pipe carriers that will bring their chanupas and they'll pray for the community. And so within these chanupas, we would fill them traditionally with kinnikinnick, red willow bark, some natural tobacco, and then we would put that in the pipe. And when we connect the chanupa, the stem and the bowl, it brings together that female and male synergies. And we use those chanupas like a telephone to creator. It helps us to share our prayers, our energy, our thoughts into those chanupas that we send off to the creator when we circulate it amongst the ones that have gathered. So for me, it's been important to have these gatherings to honor those old ways. And so around this time of year, there's a lot of energy in the air. And sometimes it might be really, really good energy, but sometimes it might not. It might be a little bit of sad energy because it's time for us to stop doing what we're doing and take a rest And so we're so used to being busy, 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 busy that a lot of people haven't adapted their lives for rest. And so this is the time to tell us to be introspective, to look within, and then to bring our circle smaller. And especially during these times, we need to focus on the family around us and those extended family that we include into our little space. For me, it'll be about family, it'll be about elders, it's about prayer, meditation, love, life, and celebrating it. So I'm so grateful for the Royal Sass Museum for asking me to come speak.
So I love that that his little history and introduction. And so my guest tonight, Empress Earth Feather, let me bring her on. Grand evening.
Greetings.
Greetings. How are you, my dear sister? It's so we've been away so long.
I know. It's good to see you. Mwah. Virtual hugs.
Yeah, you look great, and you
Oh,
always look
thank
great
you.
on TikTok, on
Oh,
Facebook. This woman has been in the land, on the land, working the land. Oh my goodness, Earth! And I have your website here too. Whenever you're ready, I'll bring it up. But tell our audience a little bit about you because it's been a while, and maybe where you're from and all that, and how you became Empress.
oh, sure. I'm happy to. Thank you first and foremost for having me on, Vida.
My pleasure,
I'm
my
so
pleasure.
grateful. I love the beautiful work you do.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank
As
us.
she, yes, thank us. As she continues to lead the way, I have to say that you have been such an inspiration to me
Oh,
with the tiny house village. So, as Vida said, I am Empress Earth Feather Pata. I was born and raised in New Jersey, and I have family in North Carolina all my life. We're Cherokee and Blackfoot, so our people are, we're from North Carolina, basically. And I have a space in Greensboro, North Carolina, that we have conformed into a tiny village for our temple and for our ministry. We're working diligently on creating spaces and places that help people to heal naturally. I personally have been doing that for myself. When I had a diagnosis of some, we'll say, cellular changes in my body that prompted me to start making lifestyle changes. And the biggest change I made was going from a huge house to a tiny camper, So I started off with my camper, and then we got a tiny house, and that's how I live now. I'm living off grid, and I love it. I do go back and forth to my teacher's space here and there, maybe about once a year. He says he only sees me once a year, but I come to this retreat space about twice a year to learn about building and extend my meditation and yoga. I teach yoga, and I also do the chef, like, vegan foods here as well. So that's a little bit about me.
that is so precious because
Thank
there
you.
aren't, first of all, there aren't many people going off grid that I know. And with you, I love what you said. The big lesson came for you when you had to let go of the big house and go to a small house, a lifestyle change that so many people resist. And so I thank you for sharing that. That is so important. That and especially going into winter solstice, where, as she said, this is a time to prioritize, go within, have family, unity, all of these things. For those who are like, "What are we doing with winter solstice?" That we some people don't do on Christmas. They have a big feast on Christmas and then they go shopping the next. What we're so confused. So glad you're here to bring some sanity to this season.
Of course. And it's so funny that you would say that because, while everybody else is ripping and running and perhaps stressed out or whatever, or going into deep debt, I have found this time to be the most rewarding time of the year where I get to be still and I get to just relax and enjoy the people that truly love me and that I love back. So I spend ample time. I spent ample time organizing because when it gets cold outside in North Carolina, you have to prep. So I've been using the time when we had summer and spring and fall. I use that time to create microclimates off grid, so that when I'm outside, I can still set fires and still enjoy the outdoors because I love the outdoors. So even though it's cold, we got to prepare. We gathered a lot of wood together. We took our time out in the forest to trim some trees. So that's the way that we prepare for the solstice. And then I also made sure that I didn't have any responsibilities. For example, my light bill or water bill. No, we don't have a water bill, actually. Let me take that back. But we do still have like a phone bill. We have a cell phone bill. We have, like a couple of credit cards for, when we get gas and stuff, but we pay them off. But just to have them at zero balance before this new fiscal year comes in, it felt good. I'm not going out buying a bunch of stuff. So
Now, how do you get away with all that, with all the zoning regulations in most counties? What you're in North, you're talking about North Carolina, right?
I am. It's funny you would ask that. And I do some private counseling for people, but my specific situation, um, I'm grandfathered in. So when other people have the issue of zoning, it's because they're in spaces and places that have been governed by a corporation, basically. So towns, believe it or not, are corporations. They incorporate, and then they're a business, so they need to charge you taxes so that they can maintain their business, right? Not saying that it's a bad business. I'm not the type of person that's like, oh, we don't like taxes, because taxes help pay for some people's education, fire, safety, police, things like that, EMS. So taxes do help to pay for different things, roads, streets, different things. So I'm not the type of person that wants to violate any laws or try to get around corners. It's just that we are grandfathered in. I am a Cherokee, and I'm a Blackfoot, and the land that I'm on belonged to my family that was there already before this town was incorporated as the town of what it is. So they weren't able to stipulate for, they tried, and I had to know the law, because it's all about applied wisdom. You can know something, but if you don't apply that into your life, what good does it do for you? Or if you don't seek the knowledge, then how do you find the knowledge in order to find out what's best for you? So I had to do a lot of seeking in order to find that peace. And I have to say that peace is something that is priceless. People will do anything for their peace, right? We see that all over the world, where people do some crazy things, right? For
Oh, yeah,
for peace.
right.
So I have to admit that I've done some things that I'm like, I did that just so I could live off grid. Yeah, I did. I had to sacrifice certain things that I was used to having in my life on an everyday basis. I had to let go of things that I thought I needed, but I really didn't need them, because what I needed was peace.
The creator has a way of kind of pushing us, forcing us to recognize what we need and what we don't need. I'm kind of in that space myself where my income is low, and rather than going into more debt, I have to choose, do I really need that? So have adopted this lifestyle where I don't spend money every single day like I used to. Oh, I got to have this grocery item, or I got to have this, or nope, nope, nope. I inherited a car now that needs gas and maintenance and all that. And most of the time, when it was warm, that car was sitting there. I got a cover. I rode my bike to the store. So yeah, prioritizing needs versus wants. So what would you say are some of the wants you had to give up? Because I know I'm giving up a whole bunch of them, and I don't think it's not like I'm giving them up. Like you said, I want freedom from
Right,
all the stress of taking care of this and that and this. And so
right.
you have to decide what's important, your peace from material things, or just having what you need, which is all my needs are taken care of. It's my wants that I'm dealing with.
Well, that's so interesting you would say that, because there's a difference between desire and need, right? Um, So I had to look at why was I even desiring certain things. So for example, I was desiring, like especially when we first got there, I want to be able to take a hot shower right here in my own home because it's cold outside. If I go to the gym, take the shower, then go back to the campsite, I'm like, I got to. So that was something that I really wanted. I know it might seem like it's a necessity, but it's really not, because like living off grid before, when I was in my camp, I had my spray bottle, my peppermint soap, and I would, spray my body and, clean myself that way. I know it may not be the best way, but it was I made do. We'll say that. But I'm grateful that I do have a shower in my camper so I can do that. But when I first had just my tent, I didn't have that luxury and I desired a hot shower.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt about it. I don't even take showers that often. I have a spray hose in my bathtub that I use, but I'm like a bird bath person. Every morning, hit the sink, no clothes. I take cold towel because I need the cold towel stimulates my circ, and I do my whole body with a towel and soap, not minimum soap, and just rinse, rinse, rinse. I'm done.
Yeah.
I no longer have that need to take a shower. And I
Yeah.
think that has a lot to do with whether you sweat a lot.
Hmm.
Some people sweat more than others and they gotta rinse it off for some reason.
Well, yeah, depending on your diet too.
Yeah,
When I'm completely on my straight path of being raw, like 100% raw, I don't have any type of body odor. But
yeah.
it's the cooked food. When you start eating cooked food and the different gases that come out of your body, and that's where the smells start coming. So.
Yeah, over the Thanksgiving weekend, I ate so much cooked food, and then
Mm.
I started fasting the first of this month because this guy, Dr. Pooch, kind of inspired me to keep it going because he was saying Ramadan is the whole month of December. It's not in the time that they tell it is. So okay, I'm gonna just keep doing Ramadan fast. So I just ended the Ramadan like a couple of days ago. I had done it for almost a
Oh
week.
yeah, that's
I noticed
beautiful.
my odor was different because I was fasting, detoxing, and it was probably all that sweet potato pie, apple pie. I had like at least 3 days of apple pie and ice cream, and I was like, I gotta stop this. But now my body is cleaning out that stuff. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
odor
Yeah.
is my odor is different. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. You are what you eat. So
No, no kidding, no kidding. It's like you smell it. It's like
yeah. Well,
coming out.
that's another big thing, like being off grid with food. So, for example, when I'm in because I'm off grid in Greensboro, but I have access to like DoorDash, Instacart, right? But when I'm on our other property, it's not so easy. Sometimes the cell phones don't work. So, being self-sufficient with food, I feel, is so important when you're off grid. Getting around these regulations is, of course, I want to go ahead and drop a little gem to your listeners. So, you guys better tune in all the time to her because she always got the good stuff going. But here's a gem. If you're a farmer, in certain counties, you can create a farm building, and you can also use RVs or other structures as farm buildings. It all does depend on the number of acres you have, and each county is different. So that's why you have to look at the regulations. However, if you're a farm, you have more leniency. There's more leniency when you're a farm. So I would recommend that people look into farming, and you don't necessarily have to be the type of farmer where you're going and you're plowing and you have cows and chickens and goats, and I mean that's the image that a lot of us have. But farming does not necessarily mean that. I'm a farmer as well, but I'm an herbalist farmer and I'm also a tree farmer. So my trees don't need a lot of care because they care for themselves. However, I don't harvest them but every 20 years or so. So for me, it's a little bit different. But I'm still a farmer, and I still get those leniencies because we are a bona fide farm. So that's a great gem that I could tell people, and I'm trying to encourage, especially more younger people, to get into farming. We have a program called the Young Urban Farmers Program, where older seasoned farmers, we group you together with other farmers. A lot of times it's me and my husband teaching other people, but if they're in other cities or states and I know someone, I could refer them over to them. So yeah. Oh, okay. You got my website up. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I was just waiting for the right time to bring that up because I remember seeing something on there about so you have a holistic wellness bundle. Let me see. Where do we
Yeah,
want
if
to
you
go?
go to the main page, I'm in the process of making sure that I upload some more information about the eco village. But on the main page about the eco village, we are doing leasing. I don't have much about the young urban farmers there yet, but I'm going to get there.
How do I get to the main page? Is this isn't the main page?
Click on that. Click on the logo.
This?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. So
Yeah. So
Healing
that
Springs Pharmacy is this the main page?
yes.
Okay.
So
Uh,
yes, we are so excited. That's the property area right there where we have campers. If you click on that link, it takes you to my hip camp site where you can
is this
book
in
to.
North Carolina or Virginia?
That particular photo is the Virginia property. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see the Greensboro property.
Okay, let me go back.
Yeah, that's the Greensboro property, has a dome on it, which we call our demonstration site. And what we're doing there is we're demonstrating the village that we're going to be building on a larger scale on our 200-acre estate.
So this
Yeah.
is all North Carolina.
Yes, that is
Hey,
the. I just love it. It brings chills everywhere to see those beautiful tents.
are you no? Is it the Gullah Geechees who are in North Carolina?
I do believe there are, yes, there are Gullah Geechee. Um, there's South Carolina as well. The place I'm at right now is, I believe it's Gullah Geechee land. I should run up and ask Swami. He probably has some information about it. Or we can have him to come on a different call if you want to get a little bit deeper
Is
into.
that who did you say, Kwame?
Well, Swami Girinkirti, he is my meditation teacher in
Oh,
Vipassana meditation. And I'm
uh-huh.
here at his retreat center in South Carolina, where the Gullah Geechee, they actually, there's something really deep that goes on with them, with their planting, and they do something there coordinated with them. There's a brother that comes out here. So I feel like it would be great to have him as a guest.
Oh, by all means.
Yes.
I went to lunch with a Gullah Geechee native. She has that's her family.
Mm,
She's been in Orlando area for years. She got a family, grandkids, and all that. But she's the most generous woman I've ever met. But she's always teaching me about her heritage and her ancestors and Gullah Geechee. I didn't know she was Gullah Geechee till this past month when we celebrated her daughter's birthday. But yeah, I'm curious to go to that area one day and just because there's been so much said about Gullah Geechee and the area and how they own that land and they lost the land. There's a lot of history behind that.
yes, it's in South Carolina. You're absolutely
Yeah.
right. And the my great grandfather, not the great, just my my great grandfather Johnny Woods. He always told me he was a Geechee. He said I'm Blackfoot and Geechee, and he would
Okay.
make rice with everything. Like the dishes that he would make were so rich and delicious. My mouth is actually watering just thinking about a lot of the things he used to make.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Wow. Now this picture right here, is that your family or can't what was going on here?
Well, that is actually, oh, I'm glad you asked. That is actually a family that came and to our hip camp, and now they're going to be a part of our eco village. It just so happened the husband found us on hip camp, and then they came. They stayed one night, and they were like talking. We were talking deeper, getting to know each other. And this is actually the closest I've ever gotten to any of my hip campers. It's wild, but in a
Yeah.
good way, in a very
Mhm.
good way. I'm grateful because I asked for this. I prayed for the type of people that get it, that want it, that want this lifestyle. So that family is still there, and they got a tiny house. That's a building that's there for educational purposes. We're a school as well, which gives us the ability to teach other people how to plumb, a tiny house as well as electrical wiring. So that's the next class that we're getting ready to start with this family. And then we'll be inviting some other people, depending on the family's availability to learn and open up to the community so that they can learn how to plumb and wire as well.
Now, let me go back to the grandfather clause. Did you have to prove your membership or connection to the Cherokee and Blackfoot? How were you able to do that?
Great question. I know that there are ways to prove it. Um, I stated this because it's knowledge and wisdom for me, and I'm pretty sure they know too because they know who we are. So um, I just let them know. I didn't have to get a card or register personally. I didn't have to do that. I know some people are required to, but my lineage shows through our records who I am, and it's on, we are who we are. It's listed on my birth certificate. It's listed on my children's birth certificate that we are who we are, Cherokee, Blackfoot. It's on our stuff.
Okay.
Like there's when they go to school, when they went to school, they were also in like these programs because it's listed on our heritage. I've listed this on my heritage since I was a little girl. So it's just been a part of me. I didn't have to prove anything. And I feel like that's what we have to start doing more of because all of this papers and documents and stuff that people have to do to prove who they are, I feel it's like it's a crime, honestly. Why do I have to go through all of these red tape? You see me right here. You see my people have been here. We take up the entire block going up and down the block that I'm on in Greensboro. We've been here already. I don't know what to prove to these people, but God is the decider of everything, and our God selves is what prompted me to be able to have this ability. It's through the struggle that all of this has come about. I know some people may say, oh, you got this, you got that, but it was through the struggle, through getting letters, violation letters, and having to defend myself that these things have happened. So it has not been an easy road. I want to make sure that I make that very clear. I am not the type of person that has ever really had anything just handed to me. Some people could assume that, oh, you have this, you have that. I work very hard for
I
what I
know you
have.
do.
I do. I do physical labor. I cut trees myself. I cut grass. I do everything that my husband does. Maybe not on the same capacity, but I have the ability to. And we get out there, we get dirty.
Now, how did you meet your partner? Because there aren't very many men out there who would even be on board to do what you're off grid living. How did you guys hook up?
Oh, well, my mother arranged our marriage.
Oh
Yeah.
wow!
Yes.
Go mom, go mom.
Yes.
Wow, wow. So how long you been together?
It'll be 11 years. Well, actually, did we just hit oh, yeah, we just hit 11 years in October.
Wow.
Yes.
I've been on
Yes.
I've been on Blog Talk. It was 11 years this year too. What a coincidence.
That's
Really.
a beautiful number. I tried to drag him to the retreat this time, but he's like, "No, I don't want to go. It's because where I'm at here, there's a gate and everything." He's like, "No, I feel closed in and because we're so free. We're truly free." And because here the alarm gets locked at a certain time at night, and it's just like, yeah, because it's somebody else's house, and he's like, I need my freedom. I can't be like,
I'm
I
not
get it,
going
babe.
back to the plantation.
Yeah, I don't mind because it's like it kind of just feels like, oh, it's just your dad. Like I'm at my dad's house. That's how it feels with Swami. He's very loving, kind, and his wife as well. I call her Ma, and they're just beautiful people. So I'm like, I don't mind having to be in the house at 10 o'clock. It's just for a week. So
Oh yeah, yeah. You can sacrifice in the house for a week. Yeah, that. And your
yeah,
kids, are your children with you or?
no, because they're with dad. They're with dad. And it's okay. I needed a little R&R. I'm with them 24/7 all the time. So
Homeschooling?
yes, I homeschool, so it's okay. They'll survive, and we've been video chatting while I'm here. So Yeah.
And the thing about homeschooling, one of the best teachers to me is traveling.
Yeah.
How much traveling have you and your children and your husband done over the years? Oh, in 11 years, let's say.
Oh, a lot. We go to Florida, we go to Virginia, we go to DC, New York, Maryland. We've taken them. I didn't get to take them to St. Thomas yet because my husband, he doesn't want to fly. So I personally haven't even got. I didn't go for 3 years. I normally go every year, but I'm going to try to hypnotize him. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do because I don't want to go without him this time. I want to have my children with me and have everybody together the next time we go. So I said, I'm not going to go until everybody goes with me.
Now,
So
who's from
hopefully,
St. Thomas?
oh, I have a farm out in St. Thomas.
Oh, okay, okay. So you have to someone's taking care of it though.
Oh, absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
if he doesn't want to fly, have you thought about Belize? Because you can drive to Belize, and that's kind of a strange island lane.
Really? How do you
Yeah, you
drive to
go to
Belize?
Mexico. Go to Mexico.
Oh, he might do that.
That would be a cool road trip for you guys to just go to Mexico and then just keep driving south, and you'll hit Belize eventually, and then you could
That's
keep
a
going
good
to
idea.
Panama. Make it a whole summer. Go to Panama, and because that's the best education for children is
You
travel.
are so right. I had that vision to take the camper when we first bought it, and it's never moved since we got it there.
Wow.
I
Wow.
wanted to get him so many times because I was like, babe, let's take the camper on a trip. And he's like, nah, we'll just get a hotel. We'll get a hotel. He always says that because he's like, I don't really know how these parks are. And there's so many sundown towns. And so he
Well,
just like,
that's cool.
yeah, he's like, we're going to get a hotel. So we just been staying in hotels. But I feel like it's such a waste of money if we have a camper. Why are we getting a hotel? We could have hooked the camper up to the truck and just go. But he's like,
Yeah.
no.
Well, I know he wants to be cautious, but
Yeah.
you all have such a divine protection over you
Mm.
and guidance that when you're ready to do it, just plan it out and go and just believe your. I had a reading one time in Mount Dora here by this beautiful angel, and she gave me a reading, and she said, you have an angel with you right all the time, and he's huge, and I was like. Oh, okay. And I have never forgotten that reading. And so I always feel like at any time if I get in the fear of any kind of like, he's here somewhere. And I think she said his name was Emmanuel, which was really weird. It's like,
Wow.
really? And she was just the most angelic figure, though, that I had to listen and really take to heart everything she was telling me. And it came
Wow.
to be true. So that's the way you have to look at any traveling. I'm sure you do that anyway. Your life is so divine,
Well,
um,
thank you. I
guided and everything.
wow, that is so I'm glad you said that. And funny you would say that too because I recently got into a little fender bender with a tree that was in the middle of the road. No one got hurt. But I just didn't want to drive anymore after that. I felt like because I didn't before that happened, my husband really did like drive me everywhere. I never would drive. I was always a passenger princess. But this particular car I got, it drives itself. Like it has the self-driving feature. But I know that I was placed there. I know that if it was anybody else, that maybe something totally different would have happened because I just sacrificed my car and drove straight through this tree so that I wouldn't so nobody else would get hurt. So I know that I was placed there and I'm not fearful to get in a car because at first, I was like, "Oh God, I don't even want to be in a car." But then I said, "Wait a minute, I'm protected." And God's going to make sure I'm protected. So I went to the land. That was the first place I went after, and then one of my friends, a very close friend of mine, took me over to her house, and now I'm good again. I'm driving. We came all the way to South Carolina just recently, and I'm back good. So you're right. We are definitely protected, but we also have to be cautious and we have to be conscious that people are in a rush sometimes. People are not paying attention, and it's not always that it's your fault. It could be other people. So something my dad always said is drive defensively. Like really be looking out. But I know
Listen,
we're protected.
before I take off from my driveway, and I've been doing this for a while, especially when I was driving my son's car, because he was like, "Oh, you need insurance." So I finally paid him for insurance. And I sit there before I go, I say, "Thank you, Yahweh Most High, for no damage to this car or me, your servant. Thank you for have given me guide." And then I take off and I feel totally relaxed because I know
Yes.
I didn't made an affirmation that you're gonna keep this car from being damaged and me in it. Boom, let's go.
Yes.
Let's
I,
go.
I do. Yes. I do that subconsciously, in our minds, we say these prayers, but saying it out loud, I think, will have even more power to it. So thank you for saying that. I'm going to start saying mine out loud.
Yeah, yeah, really. You got to let your body, everybody know in the atmosphere what's going on here. I'm protected, no worry, no fear. Let me just acknowledge a few people. Move around with Deborah. She's in Chicago. She says, "Greetings, greetings, my beautiful sister up there in the cold Chicago winter." I'm so happy you're safe up there. And Mama Az, I believe, yeah, Robert Parrish. She says, "I'm grateful for us all. Sending you love and hugs." And then we have let's see, another Chicago Zelda higher learning TV show says trees are trying to get your attention. I think you got that, did you not, Empress?
What you said, who's trying to get the attention?
She said trees
Oh,
are trying to
yes.
get your attention. Connect daily, listen with attention. That's definitely, that must be the sign for you that you're running into trees or trees running into you. They're just trying to get your attention to slow down, maybe, or whatever. You got the message though.
I did. Oh, my goodness. And it was, if I could elaborate just a little bit, it was about submission. It was about submission to my husband because, yes, look, I'm ready to get, I'm ready to get all the way. Let me tell you why. Because let me tell you why.
Listen, you got a good man. You submission is okay. Okay, he's good.
This particular day, he was like, "Why are you rushing? What are you guys rushing for? Why are you?" I was like, "Oh, because we gotta, you know." And he was like, "It's not a good day for this. Why are you doing this? Not today." And I was like, "Oh, right." So that happened.
Uh oh.
Since
Okay.
then, okay, since then, especially because he said that, I'm like, what do you said? What did you say? I'm attentively listening to him, and it's working, and I'm grateful. My life has been happier because I was battling. It was like male against female. I don't know. Like, if you watch the anything news or you watch TV or shows, it's just like these plots. Men against women, men versus women, men versus why? No, we're a team. Why am I fighting him? He's the head of the household. He's my lead. He's my leader. He's my chief. I'm going to submit. So that's what I had to do, just submit. And now I'm just like, I have to ask him because the car is in the shop and I can't get another one until he's going to sign for another one because I'm not going and buying another car. That last car I got was in my name and I should have never did that in the first place. I was like, I'm just going to let him drive me around.
Hey, I hear you, sister. And listen, you all are partners, soul partners.
Yeah.
And when your mom decided the two of you needed to be together and you agreed on it and you have children now, it's like you can't be nothing but partners agreeing in alignment with the Most High's direction, all that stuff. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, he's the king in the house, you're the queen. And that's the way it works because everything's in divine order. That's beautiful, beautiful.
Yes, and I'm grateful because I grew up with that with my mom being a very strong black woman. The way that this whole co-op started was because of a tragedy, but it's something beautiful that's blossoming from Healing Springs Pharmacy. Our basis to why we're a women's collective is because I'm personally a thriver of domestic violence. Before this wonderful husband, I was with someone that wanted to take my life, that tried to take my life. So it was a completely different situation. And I was trusting my life with this person, and I feel like that's what caused me to be so hard nosed, like I don't want to depend on a man. And that's why my mom had to arrange this marriage because I was refusing to be in another relationship with a man because I felt that, men were just going to try to kill me again.
Abuse
So
you. abuse you.
Right.
And part of that is they haven't healed from their own trauma. They don't love themselves. They haven't healed from the traumas that they've been through. So they don't know how to love themselves. They don't know how to love you either. It's complicated for a lot of men and women. So yeah, you're right. You develop this resistance
Right.
to submitting because of
Hmm.
what you've been through.
Right.
But once he
But
shows himself,
yes, I was able to heal,
it's like,
he
let
and
me
my
wash
husband was
your feet,
patient.
honey.
Yeah, my husband was patient, and I'm grateful for that, for his patience. But the Most High is the one that's the decider of all things. You have to be the one to choose to be obedient. Because marriage is a contract. It's not just about love and all these things. Like people are, oh, I'm in love. Okay, yeah, great, but you have a commitment. You have a contract. So we have an estate that we have to manage together. So we are not just married, we're in business together in a sense, but it's not like the type of business like we're trying to be corporate business. It is a trust, but we still do need to operate in a business fashion. So him and I being on the same page is pertinent. It's very pertinent. And having our community, when you mention Mama AZ, I want to give a beautiful thank you to her because she is a beautiful soul and our elders are so important. Mama AZ has been phenomenal to my marriage because she just tells it like it is. And she loves Chief. We love Mama AZ. She's been so sweet. So yeah.
Now she called in. I'm gonna call her back. I missed her call, so I'm gonna call her back and see if she wants to comment. Yeah,
Okay.
Mama Z is a very unique soul, strength like I've never seen in a woman ever before in my life, and so focused on her purpose on this planet. So yeah, we give honor and praise to Mama AZ because she's brought us all together too. To an automatic voice
Hmm.
message system. Okay, so Mama AZ, if you're listening, call back and I'll try and I don't know why I had my phone on. Oh, that's why I had it on silent. So she did call in at 8:33. That's weird. That's
Oh
my
wow. I gotta look that up. 833.
that's my number. I was born into a place 833 East 47th Street in Chicago, Illinois, and I
Wow.
lived there for 17 years at that address. So every time I see 833 so many times, I'm like, now I get it. It's my angels, ancestors telling me pause, stop, pay attention, whatever every time your numbers show up. My grandson's getting to be that way too. He came in the door the other day and it was 5:55 and he said, "Look, it's 5:55." And I'm like, "Okay." It's like so he's getting to be that way too. Okay, Mama AZ, your mic is open. Thank you. I'm sorry I missed your call, but your mic's open. Go ahead.
Peace. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Peace.
I am so grateful to see your beautiness, your beautiful aura, little sister. And Dr.
Oh.
V, every time I look at you, you get younger and younger and younger. You're the bomb in a good way. I'm uh just grateful
Mm.
that you are here on this energy of a 6. Did you not say Dr. V is 6?
2, 3, 4. Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Okay, that's very powerful because one of my medicine guides is a 6. He communicates with me in 6s and in 8s, but mostly 6. And I'm grateful. And I want to add quickly, if I may, I'm not sure, Earth Feather, if you are aware of your community being on the grid line with other powerful communities. Those stones that are there, those grandfathers, the sitting people, the mineral people that are there on your land is connected to the healing fountain in Hemingway, South Carolina. And please, little sister, if you are even able to go to Hemingway and walk those grounds and be with that healing fountain, it would do my mind, body, and spirit a whole lot of good, because this is coming to fruition. I started gathering those stones, I think in '94. It probably even before. And the stones that you have up there at the cabin in Virginia are going to be so healing to the whole planet. And I'd like for you to know that there's a grid line from where the stones are, all the way to Haifa, Israel, to Mount Shasta, to Palenque, Mexico, Mount Pilot, Hemingway, South Carolina, at the Baha'i Center there, and many other locations, even the Buffalo Soldier grounds here, where the Buffalo Soldiers are in Cochise County, Miracle Valley, and many other locations. And I've sent you a schematic, and I've sent Dr. V a schematic. And today I found out they're doing a plaque to be placed at those healing stones there in South Carolina.
Wow.
And there are many more that are in position to come and join the ones on your land and the ones there in Hemingway, South Carolina. So I give thanks to Art for connecting with me, because family, I came to Art's land before he even got it in 1979. And the ancestors guided me there through a portal. And I physically walked and drove on that land in 1979. And the rest is history that must be told. Baby, I love you.
I love us. I hope.
Love us. Yes. Thank you. Thank you,
So,
Dr. B. Thank us.
Mama, I have been taking care of the stones, and we actually cleared some space. I'm grateful for her. She's such an inspiration. We cleared some spaces where the medicine wheels were, because I didn't even know what they were until she made me aware of it. And you can tell that the stones are arranged. Once you take the leaves away, I didn't know. Otherwise, I would have moved them. So I'm so grateful for her, knowing that wisdom, because, perhaps Art wasn't aware of it, because he never told me any history about those stones. But the way Mama AZ talks about them, I know it's real. I know it. Where I'm at right now, the way that the stones are arranged, I'm wondering if these are on that same ley line, because you can tell they were intentionally set. But yeah, that's
They
so
are.
beautiful.
They are, baby. They are. And so I'll send you again, and Dr. V again, the schematic of what the tall ones that communicate with me are huge, huge, huge beings. They are so, that's why I call them the tall ones. I don't know what else to call them. And they have been communicating with me about that cabin, that land there. And Art is also here. I want you to know that, family. And whatever we need to do to historically put this in place, Earth Feather, we have got to do it.
Yes.
Because they're wanting to wipe our history out, like we don't even exist. And this is for everybody who may be listening. I have seen some things. Right now, I'm in the nursing home because whoever decided to uh, mm, eradicate me from the apartment. But I'm seeing through my meditation and just prayer that this was necessary. I'm an example as a 74-year-old elder to what is going to come. And we must take care of our elders because they are diligently poisoning us to get the knowledgeable ones off the planet so that their knowledge or knowledges will not be distributed among the youth. And this is why this center in Hemingway, South Carolina, the Baha'i Center, is so important because it's going to be a place, at least that's what I have been told, for all indigenous ones who are Indian and African, all of those nations around there, even where you are, Earth Feather, is indigenous. The Gullah Geechee nation down there in South Carolina, Queen Quet, and many others, purposely are their energy is permeating through that whole area in the South. I need for the listening audiences to research the indigenous, not just the Gullah Geechee, but there are so many other PD Indians right there in that area. You must research, family, because it's a lot of us, not just the Cherokee or Choctaw or Blackfoot. It's a whole, there are tribes that have never been mentioned right there in South Carolina. I
Well,
know.
yeah, they grouped us all up into one. So just like how names of streets are named, like, that's how our tribes were. We had so many different tribes and different languages. Then they just start like grouping us up and then just calling us black, you know.
Negroes.
If you go back to the website too, Mama Vida, you'll see on Hip Camp, it shows you the territories. So if you look at the map, like the U.S. map, it'll show you the who was in those territories, which native tribes. It has a link where you can see that on the map, and it shows you. And I love that feature. So I encourage people to do that and start looking at ancestry as well. Like if you can get the free trial or something, if you know somebody that has it. Like my aunt, I'm on hers with her, and she's got like the advanced one, so I get to like look at all the stuff from all over the world. They have the World Explorer. I found out that I wasn't just one part of one thing. You got to know who you are and know where you came from.
Now you're
So.
saying on this, there's a map on this.
Well, when you go down, remember you were asking me about the when you click right there on those trees, click right there. Well, go down one more. Click on the next one. Let's click on, or it says hip camp. Yeah, click that one.
This one.
The dome. It doesn't let you actually click the link.
Let's see. Let me go back. To go to Hip Camp listing.
Yes, click there. And then you're gonna act like you want to book. It'll let you see the territories. It has like a map. Yeah, that's our site. You
So
can
check
even,
availability.
yes, go ahead and do that.
Oh, that's just. Oh, okay.
There's the map. You see the map,
Uh-huh.
and it has where you can change the to see the territories. I wonder if I could share my screen with you because I know how to navigate it a little easier. Oh no, it's there for you. I see it. So yeah, that map over
This map
there.
here.
Yeah, that map, it has where you can click on it and be able to like search for other places nearby, but it has like overlays where you can say Indian territories close to it and things like that.
Okay.
May
Maybe it's
I
not
ask,
there.
Phyllis?
It's you know what? It's through the app. So if you guys download the HipCamp app, and then you'll be able to do it through the app. I don't think they'll let you do it on the because you're on your desktop.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I use it when I'm on my
Okay.
app. But yeah, it does show you all of that to so you can see every tribe that was there. I'm definitely going to try my best to get to Baha'i Institute. I need to just see how far it is from here. And fit that into my schedule because I did get to talk to him, and us all being connected is the key. Just like how the Underground Railroad operated, where we should be able to go to these different sites and be able to have a space or a place. That's what we're offering on our property, where people can become a part of the village and get a 3 acre piece of the property. We have space for about 2 or 3 more families to join us in Alton. So I encourage you guys to, you know, if you're interested, let us know.
Mama Izzy, it's too cold for
Okay.
you, huh, up there?
Yeah,
Yes,
she said it was too cold for her. You know, we want her.
yes. No, my journey is here, and that has been made clear. And I want to add, um, my sister, who Indy B, who's helped me to draft up the plaque for the stones. We were talking about my great 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 granddad, who came from Scotland and got to Virginia and married the Cherokee women to take the land. His name also is Robert Paris. And so Indy B was telling me that's happening in Africa as well, where the Chinese men are snatching up the women, marrying them, and taking the land.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, that's something that we really must investigate, families who are listening. So that's all that I need to share at this time. Thank you both so much for helping me to stay grounded. I appreciate you. Peace.
Absolutely. Peace. Thank us. Oh, thank you, Mama AZ.
So anything else you want to say about the land in Virginia? Is there any, did we cover that?
Yeah, so yeah, it was given to the trust through Art Henson started this eco village. He calls it reflective getaways, in order to inspire people to come out and heal in nature. People like yourself that are healers. I saw your Soul Purpose Healing, your website, all the great works you do for people to be able to come to a retreat space to see someone like you, someone like me, and be able to get all different modalities that they need, and relax and release themselves. So all of the people that are part of our first phase that are living there with us will be those people providing different services to a development that we're creating in the future. So we have a developer that New Art that is creating a entire schematic so that we can have a community and have resources that our people need and that everyone can benefit from. And he wanted to make sure that it could stay in a place that the indigenous people would be able to care for the land. We are also a wildlife preserve, so we don't allow any hunting on the property. There's lots of beautiful deer. There's all different species of trees, fruit-bearing trees, nut-bearing trees, and we preserve and honor that space to the utmost. So, yeah, while others will go in and just cut down all the trees and develop the property, we're doing slow permaculture. We're growing slow. We're doing things according to nature.
Oh, so for some reason you turned sideways. Can
Oh,
you see?
maybe my phone.
I don't know. Yeah, okay, there you go.
Oh, okay. Apologies.
Like looking at you. So, what's the best way people can get in touch with you? What do you want to put in here as far as how to get in touch with you?
Sure. So if they go to the website, there is a spot on there where it says they can text us, which is,
Well,
you
give
know,
me the
one of the,
website again.
sure, www.healingsprings, and then pharmacy is farmacy.com. Healing Springs Pharmacy. So, um, and then when you go to the website, you can click on where it says text us. I also do have a telephone number, which is 919-578-3276. And you can contact us. I do observe the Sabbath, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. So I don't like to operate any type of business things. I'm being obedient. So yeah. Thank you so much for putting it up there.
Um, yeah, I think each of us should have a day of the week where we set aside from to stop all the rushing that we do. So, winter solstice is giving us a reminder of sorts, wouldn't you say, to slow down? Because if we are going to be in alignment with the universe, with the seasons, with the moon, I was driving home this evening and I noticed the moon is waxing, I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what are we supposed to do when the moon is waxing? We pay attention to the rhythm that moon is going to shine its light on us, and we can work with that rhythm to say, don't be so busy right now, but work with the rhythm that says, okay, open up your light, open a shine more light, stay in, shine more light, shine more light. And when that moon gets full, it's going to help us do whatever we need because that light is going to be so bright we can really shine our light. It's like go inside now. It's like we're reflecting what we see in the heavens universe as above, so below, right?
Absolutely.
So let us be reminded during this winter solstice to take our minds off shopping, maybe. But those who have to shop, go ahead and shop, do whatever you have to do. But those who have the mind to do something different, let us be have the mind to be in harmony with the moon, the stars, the sun. You know, go to bed earlier after the sun sets. We're supposed to turn everything off. I don't go to bed sometimes till midnight. That's how out of rhythm. But I do every Saturday. I stop eating. That's my day to rest my digestive system and my body. I've just committed to that. I used to keep the Sabbath every Friday night, Saturday after I moved from Sunday. But now my rhythm is to just focus inside this temple. Stop eating, give this temple a rest, take care of yourself, and then move slower, take it easy. And then the next 6 days, I'm busy doing whatever I need to do, being guided. So I honor, anybody who takes that time to stop and rest and do whatever you have to do to regroup and regenerate and recalibrate. That's what I think we're all recalibrating
Hmm.
to be more in line with the creator and the universe and the timing and the season we're in. So, all right, everybody, here's the website, phone number. Let's stay in touch with our
And one
Empress.
more disclaimer, I have to let you guys know I will be in silence from December 27th to January the 1st. So if you do try to contact me and I don't respond, that's why. But then I will get back to you around the 4th of January when I kind of start talking a little bit more. So yeah, I'll be in complete silence at this retreat.
Good for you.
Hmm.
Yeah, we need to do that. So yeah, any final words for this season? Any advice as we move through the end of the year? What
Yes.
advice would you give for 2026? You know,
Well,
what
I would have to tell you for right now, for now, stillness is the key. Definitely declutter, get rid of anything that you don't need, let it go, and then rest and rejuvenate like you've never rested before. Go into your frozen state, just like how the cycles of life happen. You too need that rest. You need to germinate, so that you can sprout later on when the spring and the real new year comes. So take that time to hibernate, go into your shell, let go, make your circles a lot smaller. Like, it's time to do that. It's the time to, even little things in your garden you might not want to come back the next year, get rid of them now, because it's easier. So just let go and let God take control for you, and refresh and renew yourself, and stillness. And for the next year, fiscal year, my best advice is to get a reading. I do offer readings because about past, present, and future. If you want to know where the stars are going to be aligned for you tomorrow at maybe 4 o'clock, you never know where you're going to be, what's going on. If you would like to have a specified reading, Art did train me on how to do that. I'm still learning a lot. I'm not as good as Art was in any way, shape, or form, but I'm happy to still, with the wisdom that he gave me, to assist you with your future endeavors as well. So when people say, "Oh, you can't see the future," don't believe that. It's not true, because you really can. And you can plan for your future. And if you do it efficiently and effectively, then you can have success and joy and happiness in your lives. So I thank you guys again for having me on today. Enjoy your solstice. And I'm so happy and grateful.
Thank us, and to all my yogi friends out there, Satnam,
Satnam.
Namaste,
Namaste. Namaskar.
Ashe, Ashe, O,
Shalom. Salam. Peace.
Shalom,
Hotepu.
Otepu, all the good stuff, and keep shining your light. As you
Yes.
go
Keep it
through the
up.
neighborhoods, looking at all the lights and the trees and all that, just shine your light. Like,
Yes.
make
Please
sure your
do.
light brighter and brighter.
I give thanks. Peace
Love
and
you,
love,
sis.
sister.
Love you, sis. Take
See you
care.
soon. Peace and love.